All right. What's going on, everybody? It is Sunday. Oop. Let me turn my volume down. It is Sunday, the 22nd, January 2023. Crazy. We're already at the end, almost the end of the month of January. Definitely flew by relatively quick.
Has been a wild weather ride indeed, and we're about to get onto the high point of the roller coaster, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's definitely we're gonna see some seasonal transitions, at least, coming up in the next couple months. We're definitely gonna be activating storm chase mode for sure.
Looking forward to that. For sure.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be awesome. So we're definitely gonna be able, bring you guys a lot more coverage in terms of the severe weather for sure. But we definitely want to take time to show you guys. Oh, that's weird. Chat right there was connected to Facebook again. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, with a live update on the ongoing storm system we have now, including the impacts here in the Pittsburgh area. So you can definitely see we're getting hit by a little bit of light snow here. Then we have a discussion of severe weather event to the south on Tuesday night into Wednesday next week. So that's definitely going to be an interesting storm system for sure. Definitely could possibly be some complex dynamics going into it, and definitely some interesting impacts for sure. And you guys can ask questions a little bit if you want to. We just have that on there for now. We just want to. It's sort of an informal stream, so we're not going to make it formal. So if you guys do want to ask questions or have any comments, definitely you can put those up. But if you have any questions on specific cities at the moment, just kind of try to refrain those until the end of the briefing. That way we can get to you guys. But if you just want to, chat and talk in the comments, that's no problem at all for us.
Yeah, no, coming home today, it was definitely mainly rain for our area for now, but it was definitely a big issue. Was actually fog.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely, if you do travel later, definitely be aware of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Definitely,
I'll be going out tonight around 10:30, 11, so I'll definitely be out for a little bit. I am in the middle of transitioning into a new position at work, so that'll be interesting. I'm actually going to be, it's not going to happen until March. I'm actually going to be going to the overnight shift, so that should free up a little bit of more space during the day, at least for daytime severe weather chasing. Mm-hmm. I will be off all weekends, so Saturday and Sunday I'll be off permanently, so I won't have to worry about going in on weekends. So hopefully we get some severe weather events on the weekends up here.
That'd be amazing, absolutely.
But yeah, like I said, so in Pittsburgh area, we're definitely getting hit with some snow here. We did have a special weather statement out earlier. It looks like that special weather statement was allowed to expire. So that's good news, at least in terms of our area here. But you can definitely see some light snow and some rain mixing in here. So this would be down into Washington County here. This is near Burgertown, Cross Creek, heading into McDonald, Oakdale as well, down through Cecil. We're not really expecting much in the way of accumulation tonight. We're basically looking at maybe up to an inch, maybe an inch tonight, but that's, the ground is still a little bit warm out there. Temperatures were still in the 40s earlier today. We did have some ice pellets, which was interesting. So we had a pretty interesting atmosphere earlier today, around our area at least. Yeah, we do have a big sort of snow band propagating through down to the southeast of Akron as well. We'll have to watch as this swings through. We just put this in motion a little bit. We can definitely see. Let me see here.
Looks like we got a mixed bag, which is precipitation here in the mountain area.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Look at that too, near Harrisburg. Definitely through Chambersburg as well. So if you're traveling here through 76 and 70 heading east, definitely be on the lookout for this. Definitely not good for sure. I mean, ice is not. Well, snow is okay, sort of sometimes, but ice is definitely nothing to play with. So that's definitely very hazardous travel conditions, especially along 76 and the Turnpike here as well. Bedford all the way through Chambersburg. So if you guys are traveling that way up through Carlisle, even into Harrisburg, definitely be on the lookout for that. Up through Mount Union, Lewiston, and Huntington as well. And then State College looks like sort of a mix as well. So there's a little bit of snow mixing in. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Williamsport as well. And Lock Haven definitely in that snow action. Scranton as well. Philadelphia looks like mostly rain at this point. However, the cold air is expected to come through that area. Mm-hmm. I know Buffalo was getting hit earlier today.
Yeah, they were, absolutely.
I turned the game on at work actually today and saw all the snow. It was like, wow. And it was definitely interesting to see that for sure. But we do have, right now, a little bit of things going on. We can actually take a look at this one first. Up near Albany, New York. So we do have a special weather statement happening here. Expires in a long time, actually, 83 minutes, so over an hour for sure. But definitely pretty crazy.
Yep. Looks like for this, an area of moderate to heavy snow, which could rapidly reduce visibility, the less to 1 mile. This area of moderate to heavy snow is producing snow accumulation rates of 1 inch per hour. So definitely, if you are traveling in these areas, this include Interstate 88 between exits 20 and 25, Interstate 90 between exits 10 and 29, as well as Interstate 890 in between exits 1A and 9, Interstate 87 between exits 21A and 7 and between exits A and 21. And lastly, Interstate 787 in between exits 1 and 9.
So this is for the Greater Capital Region, the Saratoga region, and the Southern Vermont through 10 p.m. tonight. Just had to reiterate that. I forgot to mention that before I scroll down.
So definitely, if you are know anybody in that area, definitely give them the heads up if they are traveling on the road right now. The roads are expected to possibly rapidly decrease, and
Exactly.
especially with fog and snow, it's definitely not a good combination to drive in. Visibility is, especially goes down to a quarter mile in an hour, it's definitely hard conditions for sure. Especially even if you are used to it, especially in these areas, definitely give yourself plenty of time to get to where you need to be if you are on the roads at the moment.
I mean, it's basically like, in my way I put it, every time I see snow and fog together, it's almost like traveling at light speed, like in Star Wars.
Yeah, I was actually about to mention that.
It's very hard to see, where you're going, but it's definitely pretty cool. Hello, Miss Kitty Cat. How are you? Definitely good to see you. But yeah, there's definitely conditions are deteriorating pretty rapidly. Definitely up through Albany, New York, stretching all the way into southern Vermont, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Also to the south, we have a few interesting warnings here. Let's actually go over and take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning through Nassau, Florida, and Camden, Georgia here. Let me switch the actual radar data. It'd probably be a little bit better, at least to see. We'll go to single site because it might be a little bit better, at least to visualize this. Now, let me get off Pittsburgh's radar once again. And we'll go down here. But yeah, it's definitely a linear storm system, so definitely, oh, that's good. That's good, Miss Kitty Cat. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate you joining us tonight. So we definitely have a couple warnings actually going on here. So we have two warnings going on, and a special weather statement. We'll definitely take a look at the severe thunderstorm warning at first. So that's definitely interesting. Severe thunderstorm warning issued at 8:32 p.m. Until 9 p.m. by the National Weather Service in Jacksonville, Florida. So this is for northeastern Nassau County and southeastern Camden County and northeastern Florida and southeastern Georgia here. Again, this is until 9 p.m. So the hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gusts, possibly some small hail as well. This storm is moving east at 40 miles per hour, so it's definitely it's quick, but it's not as quick as the storms that we've seen last time for sure. But expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Some locations impacted include St. Mary's, Kingsland, Ferdinand Beach, Kings Bay Base, Yulee, High Point, Dungeness, Cumberland Island, and Harriet's Bluff. So if you definitely live in those areas, definitely expect some deteriorating conditions for sure. The next, between now and about 20 minutes from now, so definitely be on the lookout for that.
And interesting enough, these storms here were actually produced tornado warnings out in Georgia.
Yeah, that's true. So. They did, yeah. And we do have a special marine warning as well. So this is for 8:15, January 22nd. So today, obviously, until 9:15. Special marine warning for coastal waters from Altamaha, I hope I pronounced that right, sound to Ferdinandia Beach, Florida. About 20 nautical miles. The waters from Altamaha Beach or Sound, Georgia, to Ferdinand Beach, Florida, 20 to 60 nautical miles. So it's definitely affecting a large area. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing waterspouts are located along a line extending from 11 nautical miles west of Jekyll Island to 26 nautical miles west of Amelia City, moving east at 45 knots. So waterspouts and wind gusts up to 34 knots or greater. Definitely be on the lookout for that. So waterspouts can easily overturn boats and create locally hazardous seas. Small craft could be damaged, and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. So we definitely have to watch out for that. As the storm moves off the coast here, it's definitely going to impact certain areas as well. So if you're boating out there off the coast of Georgia here, definitely be on the lookout for some of these waterspouts that could form. I've actually never seen a waterspout in person. it would definitely be interesting to see one.
I always wanted to. Every time I go down to Myrtle Beach, I'm like, maybe there's a chance. But unfortunately, I haven't got to that chance yet, which is either good or bad. But I've seen some of the pictures.
Oh man, yeah.
Especially last year down there, definitely got hit with a huge one, and then just seeing all like the beach furniture just being slammed and like.
That's probably crazy to see. I've actually never even seen a thunderstorm on the ocean yet. So
I've seen a rainbow, but never an actual thunderstorm yet.
Probably definitely pretty interesting to see.
Absolutely.
So locations impacted include Bowie Hala, High Point, Bowie F, Jekyll Island. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Bowie CDH, St. Simons Island Village, St. Simons Island, St. Andrews Sound, Bowie KBY. Dungeness, St. Mary's Entrance, Bowie 16, St. Simon's Sound, Bowie 9, and Cumberland Island. So this is definitely going to happen between now and 9:15 p.m. So definitely we have about half an hour left or so of this warning. And we also have that special weather statement, basically reiterating the same thing here. This was probably issued before the storm went severe, so they had to keep that warning out there, or that advisory out. But definitely, you can definitely see this linear structure here. We could definitely take a look at some of the velocity measurements here. And it's definitely a linear structure, so it's a QLCS or squall line. Definitely, interestingly enough, there's actually no lightning appearing in this storm yet. So that's interesting, but severe really doesn't characterize lightning in terms of it just characterizes 58 mile per hour wind gusts or bigger, and quarter-size hail or 1-inch hail. So it's definitely pretty interesting to see. We can take a look and see if there's any hail in this. A little bit.
A little bit there.
Yeah, not too much. But still, nevertheless, it's definitely not a situation to play with. Definitely some strong winds, especially down here. You can definitely see the blinding rain could definitely start forming here. Right along I-95 here, so just to the south west of Becker here, we could definitely see that blinding rain definitely coming in here for sure. So if you're traveling along 95 heading north or south, and you're along A1A here, definitely be on the lookout for that. It's definitely not good, and even along 17 here. So definitely if you're traveling out there, definitely use caution for sure. But it's definitely a pretty long line.
Yeah, that's some lightning finally showing up more to the north. That's more towards the south of Brunswick there.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's no lightning down here in the warning, but sometimes that happens. Unfortunately, severe thunderstorms are not characterized by lightning. Would be interesting to see, but
absolutely.
And we also have another severe thunderstorm warning. This is to the east of Savannah here, to the southwest of Beaufort and Hilton Head Island. So this is for another 16 minutes. Definitely pretty interesting.
Absolutely. So this remains in effect until 9 o'clock for portions of Chatham, Beaufort, and Jasper counties. And at 8:28 Eastern Standard Time, the severe thunderstorm was located near White Marsh Island, moving east at 40 miles an hour. So some of the hazards include 60-mile wind gusts, and this is radar indicated. So definitely be on the lookout in those areas.
Oh, definitely. Kitty asks, should a person be afraid of water spouts? Had a small one form in front of me out of a lake, went up about 30 feet, but fell back down. It scared me. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely I'd still treat it like a like an EF0 tornado, because you never know, because it comes if it comes into land, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
It catch kind of. I've seen videos of, and especially in the Myrtle Beach area where I've seen like videos of them off of the coast there, like off of I'm trying to think of the area there. Downtown Myrtle Beach, right by the boardwalk there. I've seen some videos right by the Spring May Pier where it came into land, and it just. People were caught off guard and just slammed. I've seen people get slammed down by it. No one died. Fortunately, nobody died, but there was some damage to the beach, some erosion. So, I just keep your eyes peeled for it, just depending on where direction. It's pretty much a water tornado. It's pretty much what it is. So,
exactly.
I just treat it like an EF0, EF1, EF0 tornado.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, especially when it comes into land, just keep your eyes peeled. So
exactly. I mean, they can water spouts, especially the boaters and people that are definitely caught off guard. Like Justin said, you can get thrown to the ground, or you can even get picked up by this thing and tossed out. So it's definitely not good. Definitely treat it like a tornado for sure, because it's basically a tornado over water. But yeah, definitely when they, like Justin said, when they come ashore, they can definitely create some havoc for sure, depending on the strength of that storm. Even if it is pretty weak, you definitely don't want to be caught off guard, for sure.
Yeah. Especially if your hotel is right on the beach, like you're in the water, like it's like you just see some like furniture outside being blown away, and even some like banging on the glass. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know, a lot of people get videos of the water spouts actually coming inland and hitting the hotel that they're in. It's definitely not a good decision. I mean, the footage, yes, it's very cool footage. Unfortunately, you can get injured by broken glass, or even flying debris can come through that window at any time. So definitely, yeah. I mean, I would definitely still treat it like a tornado for sure, especially if it comes ashore. If it's further out in the ocean and you're able to observe it without any, sort of worry that it's going to impact you. But you still have to worry about some lightning as well, possibly some gusty winds, waves, especially. Yeah, I would definitely still treat it like a tornado. Definitely try to get to a safe area as soon as you can. But yeah, no problem. Definitely, thank you for that question.
definitely a good question there.
So we definitely have a severe thunderstorm warning. Remains in effect until 9 p.m. So another 13 minutes. This is portions of Chatham, Beaufort, and Jasper counties. Severe thunderstorm was located near White Marsh Island. Dang. Freaking dust. White Marsh Island moving east at 40 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts are the hazard currently. Where is the hazard currently? So expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impact include Hilton Head Island, Bluffton, Tybee Island, Wilmington Island, Hutchinson Island, downtown Savannah, Montgomery, Thunderbolt, nice name, Sandfly, Isle of Hope, and White Marsh Island.
So there's some very tourist attractive areas for sure.
Oh, exactly. No doubt. And you can definitely see the little kinks in the system as well. So there's definitely, especially that feeder band that's actually going over almost in open waters here for sure. And some of these storms are actually going out into open water. So definitely, if you're on the coast here, definitely seek shelter if you can for sure. Some of these actually can provide some very interesting, pictures, footage, things like that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm curious now. I could have sworn one of these said, here it is, tornado possible. So this is that one. This is near St. Mary's for sure. But this one actually, I don't know if it said tornado possible earlier. I think it might have did. It might have.
I think it might have.
Yeah. But definitely be on the lookout for tornadoes, water spouts, things like that. They could definitely wreak havoc. Certainly, even along the coast, and especially if you're out boating for sure. So if you're out ahead of this to the east of St. Mary's and Fernandina Beach, if you're out boating, definitely make sure you guys come in and definitely anchor to shore, so that way you guys aren't caught out in some of this severe weather here. But it's definitely pretty crazy for sure. We definitely have that linear structure all the way down through Jacksonville, Florida, even. So we definitely have that severe weather, the special weather statement even extending almost into Jacksonville, Florida here. So we definitely have some weather definitely coming in. So wind gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour. So it's almost reaching severe limits. Severe limits are 58 or greater in wind speed, but definitely pretty crazy. Did you see the light flicker by chance?
I did, yes.
Okay. I didn't know if that was what was
going
on.
That one right there, flicker side bit.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe there's some kind of...
So we do end up getting off the air because of the power outage. We do apologize in advance.
Exactly. Let me see here. Let's switch out of the radar view because I want to focus on the actual severe weather event that's coming up also on Tuesday. So we're definitely going to have to watch this system for sure. It could definitely wreak havoc on, unfortunately, some of the hardest hit areas this season. Definitely not good. Let me zoom all the way out that way. We can take a look at this. And severe weather. I think it's day 3 now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, day 3. There we go. Yeah, but unfortunately, guys, so this is for Tuesday into Wednesday. So we definitely have that severe weather threat once again here. You can see New Orleans right in the heart of this, Mobile, all the way up through basically Montgomery here. So we definitely have to look out for this for sure.
Yeah, I just got hit hard recently with those tornadoes.
Yeah, unfortunately, and we all know even Hattiesburg, and unfortunately Hattiesburg has to be in the threat of this as well, and we all know what happened in Hattiesburg.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely pretty crazy to see those tornadoes that went through, well, that tornado that went through there.
Definitely a notorious area for...
Exactly, but this extends all the way through Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Port Sulphur, Gulfport, Hattiesburg, Mobile, Pensacola. Actually, Montgomery's in there. Selma.
in there as well.
Unfortunately, we saw what happened with Selma. With that tornado that came through is definitely not good. Meridian even getting in the action as well.
And then even the margin all the way going all the way up north to Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and then all the way through the Brownsville, Texas, and Georgia, and Georgia, wow, and Houston there.
Almost. Well, technically, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know Georgia, so yeah, technically I am correct. So yeah.
Yeah, but definitely it's, and then even general thunderstorm risk extends all the way through Dallas, all the way through Atlanta. So we definitely have a robust event for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they update some of this to enhance risk as well. But it's definitely very, very possible.
Mm-hmm. So this came out from the Storm Protection Center in Norman, Oklahoma.
Over a little bit. Is
that
better?
That's all good.
Okay.
There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms Tuesday evening through Tuesday night across much of southeastern Louisiana, southeastern Missouri. Wow. Sorry, people. Southeastern Mississippi and southern Alabama and the western Florida Panhandle. Severe thunderstorms are possible, perhaps near mid to upper Texas, coastal areas early Tuesday afternoon, but more likely across southeastern Louisiana and Mississippi through southern Alabama and the western Florida Panhandle Tuesday night. This may become capable of producing tornadoes and locally damaging wind gusts, so the model suggests that initially permanent mid-level high over the southern mid-latitude eastern Pacific will weaken with a new high, beginning to form in higher latitudes within persistent large-scale ridging. This ridging is forecast to continue to build northeastward towards British Columbia, Yukon, and parts of the Northwest Territories through this period, with amplified troughing being maintained downstreams along and east of the Rocky Mountains. The most prominent embedded shortwave perturbation?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Within this regime, initially in the base of this troughing is forecast to accelerate northeastward out of southwest Texas by early Tuesday. Aside from the NCEP REF within the 22/03 run, remaining a notable slower out there, most model output indicate that the perturbation will rapidly progress across the southern Great Plains into the mid-south by late Tuesday night, accompanied by significant surfacing. Cyclogenesis near mid and upper Texas coastal areas into the trough of lower Mississippi Valley and mid-south. As this occurs, an intense west-southwesterly mid-upper jet, including 90 to 100. Oh my! So much raining.
It's a lot. Anyway. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It really is. They went all out with this.
They really did.
Sure. So let's actually break down what they mean here, guys.
I might piss poor for information.
All right. Let's see here. That might be okay there. I'm gonna let me see if I can bring this up here and see what it does. Curious. Uh-oh. That wasn't good. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, I'm curious. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Oh, no.
I'm going to have to keep it on this screen, unfortunately. Just because of the actual data. There we go. Alright, so let's actually take a look at the HRRR. Alright, there we go. So let's take a look at the HRRR first. So let's actually look at... Well, actually, we're not going to be able to do that because that's interesting. We're going to have to do the GFS.
Oh, it's probably not out yet.
Yeah. Let's switch to thickness. Alright. Alright, you guys are seeing this on screen, right? Let me verify that. It looks like it is good to go. Alright. So we do have this system, as we've been talking about. You can see some of the severe weather here, exiting the coastline here of South Carolina and Georgia, even portions of Florida here. But as we progress a little bit, we could definitely see this little bit of energy here coming across, digging down all the way into Mexico here. So we see this little low developing here. So we're going to have to watch this very, very carefully. This is heading into Tuesday. And then especially once we get into the morning hours and the afternoon hours on Tuesday, we definitely have this low developing here. Sorry, is this in your way? There we go. We're definitely going to have to watch out for this for sure. It's definitely a very, very intensifying low. It actually starts out as a positively tilted trough, and then it transitions to a negative tilt trough, which is really not good news for the south. Negative tilt troughs have the capability of bringing in a lot of severe weather. We'll definitely show you why in a minute here. But you can see the system progress through the overnight hours, well, evening hours into the overnight hours on Wednesday. But you can definitely see how deep that moisture is here, and how heavy that precipitation could definitely be along the coast here, especially within Louisiana here. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye out on that. And in the same time, we also have that snow developing all the way down through Texas. So unfortunately, it looks like it's another one of those situations where Texas can get a little bit of snow possibly here. I'm not sure if any of it's going to stick, as there was some more, there has been some warm weather there, but we'll definitely be on the lookout for that for sure. As we progress into Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon, you definitely see how dynamic this system becomes. Definitely looks like Pittsburgh in our area here could definitely see an interesting mix here, so we definitely have to watch out for this. Travel could become very difficult. You can see those thunderstorms moving off to the east here, affecting the Florida Panhandle, Georgia, South Carolina, up through North Carolina as well. Looks like Michigan getting some snow there. This would be on Wednesday. This is Wednesday night, so we definitely have to watch out for that. Still some heavy snow developing, and then we get that little bit of warm push on the backside of this. So any snow that does fall in the area here, at least in the Pittsburgh area, it's probably going to melt. So definitely we're going to have to watch out for that. But then that refreeze can actually come behind it again. So it's definitely a very dynamic system. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not looking good for sure.
Definitely get some lake effects down in the background as well, off the lakes there.
Exactly. So it's definitely it's an interesting situation for sure, to say the least. Let me see here. Oops, didn't want to hit that one. Let's hit this one. So you can see those storms develop here pretty rapidly. So there they are, right there, right off the Texas coast here, southeast Texas here. You can see that quickly lifts off to the north and then progresses to the east. And you can definitely see this is right around 8 p.m. or so, 7 or 8 p.m. Tuesday night into Wednesday. But definitely not good. You can see those severe thunderstorms definitely pushing off to the east, especially in the New Orleans area. Baton Rouge as well. We're definitely have to watch out for that. But definitely they keep pushing eastward into Wednesday, eventually making it all the way to Georgia, and that's when they kind of fizzle out here. So it definitely looks like it's only going to be a one-day event, at least at the current time. It's possible that it could be extended into Wednesday, but unfortunately that data is sort of unavailable at this time. But definitely, I could definitely see them issuing at least a marginal risk into Wednesday here for sure. But nevertheless, Tuesday definitely looks like to be the big player here, especially in terms of severe weather. Unfortunately, the hardest hit areas again, down in Louisiana, especially New Orleans, definitely looks like they're going to get hit again with severe weather. So it's definitely not good. Let me actually get some locations here. Just curious. So yeah, definitely Baton Rouge, Lafayette, over through Gulfport, Hattiesburg, Mobile as well. Eventually over into Pensacola as well. So we're definitely gonna have to watch out for this.
Yeah, we were traveling on 65, 10. So definitely those highways there. Definitely be on the lookout. 98, 84.
Yeah, it's definitely not good. Even Highway 59, 10, 65. Especially, unfortunately, some of the indices here for the New Orleans area definitely aren't looking good for sure. Hate to say that, but you could definitely see those higher Cape values coming in as well. So we're looking at possibly upwards of 1,500 joules per kilogram in the area. And that's definitely supportive enough, definitely to develop some severe thunderstorms. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that in a little bit here. But I just want to definitely want to focus on the severe weather event for sure, at least first, as we head into this for sure. But you can definitely see these dew points as well. They definitely get up, unfortunately, into the 60s and possibly even into the lower 70s for dew points through Louisiana. Eventually pushing off through Mississippi, Alabama as well, even into Florida here. So it's definitely not good. So dew points are basically, it's definitely the fuel needed for thunderstorms to develop. So it's definitely not looking good for sure. Hello, Nin. Definitely good to see you in here. Definitely hope you're feeling better for sure. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely not looking good for sure. But yeah, you can definitely see that ample moisture for sure, definitely coming into the deep south. So we definitely have to keep monitoring the situation. Right now, it definitely looks like the severe weather is going to happen. The timing is a little off. Some of the models have the timing coming in a little bit later, actually into the overnight hours on Wednesday. Unfortunately, that would make a more nocturnal threat, which is definitely not good.
Not good at all.
Definitely not good. But yeah, you can definitely see that that's going to happen for sure. Unfortunately, it definitely looks like we're probably going to get sort of situations that look similar to this, especially. So definitely we're going to have some ponding on the roads. So definitely when you encounter roadways like this, unfortunately you can't really tell how deep that water is either.
Exactly.
So definitely if you see flooded roadways like this, definitely turn around, don't drown. Your life is more important than where you're going. So if you do happen across flooded roadways, definitely heed the warnings. Definitely do not try to cross those roads. Definitely not good for sure. And then
we're going to get instances of this right here.
And unfortunately, yeah, we're definitely going to see instances like this as well, guys. This is going to be prominent. So definitely, it's definitely going to be a nocturnal threat for sure. Because it looks like it's going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday. But some of those models are even pushing it off later, like 3 a.m. on Wednesday. So it's definitely not good. But we're definitely going to see situations like this, especially through the Deep South, through Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Gulfport, Hattiesburg, Mobile. But we'll definitely be on here live. I work Wednesday morning, but to be honest, I really don't care. I will be on here. I will be on here making sure that everybody's safe because that's the ultimate goal. Is Absolutely. Why we're on here is to provide that information for you guys, so that way we know what's going on.
And make sure you definitely guys have your phones charged down in that area.
Exactly, yeah. Keep your phone charger with you if you have to travel out there. Definitely make sure your vehicle's gassed up. Definitely make sure your emergency preparedness kit is ready to go. Definitely have an emergency plan in action. And be ready to take action just in case if you have to implement that. Definitely have a meeting place for you, yourself, and your family. But definitely be on the lookout for that for sure. And unfortunately, we have another side of this storm system as well that we're going to take a look at. And
it's going to rear its ugly face.
It is. Definitely, it's going to be situations like this, guys. So those of you waiting for us to talk about the northern states as well, where the cold air is going to be blasting through, we're definitely going to get into that as well. So it's definitely pretty crazy.
Yeah, this might be our area's biggest snow total of the year so far.
Exactly, yeah.
I think we only got 1.5 inches, 2 inches at least for our area at least. Much appreciated.
Much appreciated, definitely BDRP. Definitely appreciate good seeing you here for sure. But yeah, unfortunately, situations like this are going to be developing across the north. Possibly, I can't really see much of accumulation down to the south in Texas, Oklahoma, maybe Oklahoma, but Texas, I'm not sure. But everyday heroes, keep it up. Definitely appreciate that BDRP. Hey. Definitely, thank you for joining us. The shows you've had, the videos and stuff you released, and the shows you had are definitely fantastic. Definitely keep up the good work. It's definitely amazing, especially here as well, to be part of the family here.
Absolutely.
The Dark Waters family as well. So definitely shout out to Dark Waters as well.
Yeah, they all welcomed us with open arms and definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
forever grateful that
you could definitely feel the energy for sure, and just the actual the family like-mindedness and the heart, the full hearts and everything like that, the passion. So it's definitely awesome.
Absolutely, actually, make Dark Waters a part of my day every day at work. If I'm by myself at 9 o'clock, just put on a Dogman story and we go to town.
Oh yeah. Problem is, there's only one problem that I need to do is get like another mic set up for sure. But yeah, it's definitely amazing, guys. It definitely feels like we are definitely part of a family for sure. It's definitely amazing to witness and actually be a part of. So definitely we appreciate that. It's definitely awesome. Guys, if you guys in the chat, you guys watching this now, definitely head on over to BDRP Supernatural and definitely check out his videos for sure. He's doing a fantastic job. But it's definitely awesome for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely make sure you guys like each and every one of his videos that he put up for sure. But yeah, it's amazing to be honest.
Absolutely.
And then head on over to Dark Waters channel as well and definitely subscribe. Definitely hit that like button on all the videos there as well. There's a lot of fantastic content on both of those channels. They're definitely doing a fantastic job. But definitely, we definitely appreciate you guys, looking out. Definitely, that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the model data so we can actually take a look at this. Best part is, I always forget that we can pull this up in in Radar Omega here. No, definitely thank you. Definitely thank you for that. She said you're absolutely our family. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. We like temperatures too. We like temperatures, but we want to take a look at, and I keep forgetting that the European model got rid of the reflectivity.
How rude of them.
Anybody listening that can that has a say in that for sure. Anybody has that has a say in the European model. Definitely we got to try to get that composite reflectivity back. That's a lifesaver right there.
It really is.
And it's definitely interesting to see. You know what? We're not going to do composite. We're going to do precipitation type. All right. This might take a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to load. Oh, you're very welcome, BDRP. The videos are amazing. I love the content for sure. Justin and I both do. We listen in. I don't remember what night was that. Do you remember?
I think that was that Tuesday night or Wednesday night? One of those nights. I think.
Yeah, one of those nights. We were definitely on there for sure. So this is like around current time here, guys. Actually, not current time. Let me actually go up a little bit. Let me reiterate that. All right. So now, there we go. Now we're around current time here. Definitely, like you said, I know definitely have to use caution out there while I drive out there about 10:30, 11 tonight.
Exactly.
So that's going to be interesting. There's going to be some snow showers. I'm in the Pittsburgh area here. Looks like Michigan, you guys are pretty clear, except right along the lake here. There's definitely a little bit of lake effect snow here. Really not much in the way of hindrance for sure. But yeah, you can definitely see that here, especially that massive rain shield here from the system.
It looks like definitely a lot of light and moderate rain off the coast there.
Exactly, and then as these storms move off to the south here, up to the southeast, they're definitely going to create some interesting photo shoots for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
If you guys can get out in Georgia, South Carolina, even into Florida, just be careful out there. Don't really recommend it, but if you guys do get some good video down there, definitely feel free to send it to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, even at our email, worldweatherauthority@gmail.com. We definitely love to see your video, and obviously with your permission, we definitely like to put it up on the live stream for
Absolutely,
sure.
you'll get full credit for sure.
Exactly. But you could definitely see, so this is about 10 p.m. tonight here, guys. You could definitely see the snow ongoing here through New York, as well as into Connecticut, Massachusetts here. Rainfall here down through Long Island. So New York will definitely be getting in on some light to moderate rain here. But this snow actually extends all the way up through Maryland here, as this
Maine.
sort of... Wow, Maine.
I feel it.
That's from me working all day,
Yes, I
unfortunately.
am, honestly.
So yeah, let me rephrase that. Maine. So this goes all the way through Maine, guys. Eventually over into St. John's and Halifax as well.
All the way up north past Quebec there.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. And you mentioned earlier there was actually some tornadoes in Italy today.
Yeah, I did
well.
actually. Yeah, surprisingly, yeah.
Oh man, that's a comment, man. Well, thank you, BDRP. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm gonna have you guys playing while I'm at work. Anyone bothers you, either you tell Uncle DDoS finds monsters food. Oh man!
If we ever did a comment of the week, that is the comment of the week.
He said he got a buddy that's a storm chaser here. I'll link you together. Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate that big time.
But yeah, guys. So definitely. I hope I didn't hit that. Okay. So definitely, we have a lot of light to moderate rainfall, especially down through Washington D.C., down through Richmond, Virginia Beach here. So definitely not really a good night to be on the beach unless you like that sort of thing.
That
But
might be a little too cool for them. But if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
like polar bear plunges and all that stuff,
yeah, it's definitely crazy. Even through the mountainous terrain of West Virginia, unfortunately, through the panhandle of West Virginia here, we're getting some of that snow. So this would be down through Weirton, Wheeling
it's
as
like
well.
heavier ban rate.
Yeah,
Across the
unfortunately.
Nord area.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm definitely gonna have to watch out for this while traveling out there. I might have to live stream it, so definitely look out for that. I might actually put a live stream of me
there you
driving
go.
out there, so we'll see. But yeah, like I said, this season, just to do a little side real quick. Oh yeah, BDRP is fantastic. His shows are absolutely amazing. The content for sure. I have had a couple people at work subscribe to you that I mentioned you, and they definitely checked out your content. They subscribe. My uncle does as well. Joe definitely does. So shout out to Joe. Definitely thank you for being on here as well. Definitely thank you for helping us with the streams. Definitely thank you for allowing us to use your music as well. So my uncle Joe actually has a YouTube channel on here that's called Guitars and Ghosts. Definitely check him out for sure. He's an amazing guitarist. I'm sure he could probably, maybe, depending on what's going on, he could probably hook you up with some music, for at least intro music, if you want to give me a message him about it. But yeah. Yeah, God bless you too, BDRP. Definitely thank you for sure.
Indeed,
but then we also have this mixed precipitation developing here through Altoona as well, possibly even Johnstown, Evansburg as well.
Hollidaysburg is definitely heading to that area actually here in mid-February. So
oh yeah,
definitely gonna see some of it's definitely a mountainous terrain there. So definitely look out for that as well.
If you get any video, let me know. I'll put it up.
Will do.
But this rain, unfortunately, extends all the way down through Georgia as we see some of these severe thunderstorms exiting the region here. We do have that severe thunderstorm still down here near Jacksonville, so we definitely have to watch this for sure. It is ready to exit. That's why they have these special marine warnings offshore here. Yes, Guitars and Ghosts. I'll actually put it down in the description of this video after we get off of here as well. But yeah, definitely check him out. He's definitely got a lot of good content on there for sure. You can see this rain, so most of Mississippi right now looks pretty good, except for the upper half. So later on tonight, 10 p.m., even down into Memphis as well, down through Tupelo, along I-55 here. Jackson looks okay for now. Unfortunately, we do have that severe weather threat coming in on Tuesday, Wednesday, so we're going to have to watch this area for sure. But definitely right now, New Orleans definitely looking good. Some dark waters. You're definitely looking good down here, at least in terms of precipitation. Much of Texas as well is pretty clear. Up through Oklahoma City, through Kansas, Nebraska, and even South Dakota. That's definitely interesting to see all those areas actually without precipitation.
For now, it looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah, Wisconsin's still good. Just some lake effects off the lake there. Michigan looking, some parts of Michigan just to the extreme west part there. Might get a little bit of snow later on, but right now it looks like Michigan is in the clear for now.
Exactly. At least for now. We'll definitely keep an eye out on that. We'll definitely show you guys what's going on here. But just to reiterate, at least some current conditions tonight. We definitely have some snow coming into North Dakota here through Montana, as well as into Wyoming. Definitely have some snow to the southeastern portion of Utah as well, and into northern Arizona, possibly even extending into New Mexico as well. And we do have some rain developing down here into the Baja Peninsula as well, so we'll definitely have to watch out for that. Right now, it looks like much of California, Washington, and Oregon definitely getting in on some of that clearing action, which is definitely good to see.
Yeah, they got hammered the past couple weeks or so from that.
Those atmospheric rivers. Oh yeah, those atmospheric rivers have been just absolutely insane. Good news is it probably at least took down the drought a little bit. Especially in the Sierra Nevadas, where once spring comes and that meltwater comes down, it's definitely going to help fill those reservoirs up.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely good news there. Unfortunately, we do. Well, don't do that. Definitely have a little bit of a system here coming into Canada. I'm very good at butchering names, so I probably won't try to say those names.
Ketchikan looks like. Sitka,
Juneau. Yeah, definitely some snow and definitely to the mountainous terrain in Canada there. So this is actually through tonight. So we'll definitely step forward here. So we'll actually go throughout the night into tomorrow morning. So 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. Sorry, 1 p.m.
That was fun to say. Ketchikan. That was fun.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna go a little bit back because I don't want to go too far ahead. All right. So 4 a.m. Luckily, actually, I'm off the next 2 days. So I'm definitely gonna try to hammer out some videos and live stream over the next couple days. Unfortunately, I've been slacking in that department, only because work has been driving me absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why, like I said earlier, I decided to make a switch to overnight. That's not going to happen until March 6th. I'm on the fence with it, but it's overnights are rough. I've worked overnights before about 5 years ago, so it's definitely going to be a little bit time for me to adjust. But I'll definitely be working with Keith again. So y'all know Keith. Keith and I are poised to start a new podcast about mythology. So definitely tune in for that. I'm not sure what the name of it's going to be yet, but we're definitely going to make a new channel regarding that. Keith was like, "Oh, we should just do it on the Weather Channel." I'm like, "Yeah, we could, but I I think we probably get banned for that. For mixing the two. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so through 4 a.m. we still have all of this rain plaguing Long Island here down through New York, Washington, Richmond as well. Even through Boston, we're getting into that rain. We're definitely going to watch out for that mix here. That mix is getting closer to Boston, so it definitely could be very interesting here for sure as we go through the early morning hours around 4 a.m. We do have that snow developing through Pennsylvania, very heavy snow here from Scranton all the way down to north of Harrisburg, so through Lewistown, State College, Bloomsburg as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you're traveling along I-80 here in the middle of the state to the southwest of Scranton and to the north of Harrisburg. We're going to have to watch out here. Definitely visibilities and treacherous conditions can certainly develop. The snow is sort of winding down here in the Pittsburgh area, so that's good news. We're only expecting about a half an inch or so, maybe if that. Like I said, we had temperatures in the 40s earlier, so that's going to hinder some of the precipitation here, or at least the accumulation, I should say. But yeah, it's definitely pretty interesting. And then the high terrain through West Virginia here, definitely some snow, especially down through Charleston here, Morgantown, West Virginia. Clarksburg, hey, shout out Clark, nice.
Hey, Weston.
Weston, hey, okay,
Hey,
that's
there you
interesting.
go. Let's go.
Grafton as well, Elkins, Mill Creek. Funny thing is, from watching Mountain Monsters, I actually know a lot of these locations.
Yeah,
So shout out to Mountain Monsters. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys definitely did a fantastic job with that as well. Like I said, Washington, D.C. getting hit with some rain down through Richmond, through Lynchburg. Roanoke, unfortunately, could be a mix here. We're going to have to watch out for that. So definitely along, what is this, 81 and 77 here through Wytheville, through Radford, Blacksburg, and Roanoke. We're definitely have to watch out for that.
And in parts of Tennessee, Carolina borders around the Smoky Mountains there, getting in on the impact there.
Oh, yeah, this is through Johnson City, Tusculum, Churchill, all the way through Asheville. Down through Silva and Franklin as well. So definitely along I-26 here, down through I-40 as well. And it looks like through 129 here, down through Gatlinburg.
Oh, Gatlinburg's some good times there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my mom and dad actually got married in Gatlinburg.
Oh,
so
nice.
Definitely
Nice. Definitely shout out to them as well.
Gatlinburg. Shout out to Dollywood around that area too.
Oh, yeah. So Bryson City, Cherokee. So, yeah, definitely in the sort of higher terrain here and some of the lower terrain as well. And then we do have a little bit of rain sticking around down here through Columbia, Augusta, possibly maybe in through Atlanta. There might be some pixelated issues going on here with the model. So we could possibly see some rainfall there as well. Down through Charleston, unfortunately, we're still getting plagued by some of this rain and storms that are going offshore here. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We do have a little bit of rain popping up here along I-16 near Vidalia and Baxley as well to the southeast of Eastman. Along 23 and 319 here and 221 near Lumber City, Hazelhurst, and Alamo. So definitely be on the lookout if you're traveling out. A little bit of light showers for sure. That was a nice car.
We're trying to do a live stream here. That was part of the worst.
No, that was all right. We try. We doing. Sometimes we like to be formal. Other times we like to be informal. This is one of the times we be informal.
Yes, it's definitely
that's all right.
Laid back, thing, trying to peel the curtain a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. And I hate to say this because I know somebody's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" A lot of weathermen and meteorologists do not have a personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. I'm sorry, but that's what it comes down to.
How did BDRP describe it that one day?
Robotic and like
Star Trek,
Star Trek, future generation robotics. Sometimes we are robotic, yes, but we try not to be robotic. Absolutely. You know what I mean? We just try to have a good time. There's a lot of seriousness with it too, as well, absolutely. Especially when there's severe weather going on. But we're presenting model data and we're having a good time in the chat. And you guys are fantastic. We like to sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of like showing our personality a little bit. So
oh yeah, I mean you should see us outside of live streams and just in person. We're two crazy dudes.
Exactly. So definitely. This is our way of pulling back the curtain a little bit, showing a different side of it.
This is like 20 years in the making also, so we have a lot. Well, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Thank you. So we do have some rain down here through Birmingham as well. Down through Hoover, along I-20 here, over through Anniston, down through Goodwater and Alexander City. So definitely be on the lookout for that. This is 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, down through Tuscaloosa as well. Over through Jackson and Meridian and Mississippi as well. New Orleans still out of the woods. So if you guys have any shopping to do for sure or any outdoor activities to get done, definitely try to get those done. Tomorrow for sure. Tuesday's gonna be a little iffy because we'll get together on that timing for sure.
Absolutely.
We'll get on our game. But we need someone. You're kind of crazy. That's true. That is very true. The world needs more sort of, the world needs a little, some seriousness, but it's better to be a little bit laid back.
Absolutely.
Somewhat, that's what we strive for. You guys are doing great. Don't change.
Hey, much appreciated that.
Yeah, much appreciated that. Even down here through Cape Coral. So for Harrison YT, Harrison YouTube, if you're on here, down through Cape Coral, watch out for some rain tomorrow.
Sure.
So down through I-75 here.
So it's safe to say there's going to be no iguana warnings.
Yeah, no iguana warnings, guys. There ain't going to be no iguanas falling from the trees. So there's no issues there, at least for now.
For now, yes.
So definitely, we don't have to watch out for iguanas falling out of trees now.
So for those unaware, if it gets down to a certain point, iguanas actually lose their gullet grip on the thing. So there's actually falling iguanas. They actually issue warnings for Florida. So definitely, it is.
I remember your face for the first time. He found out about iguana warning. You were like, "What the heck? What is going on?"
So yeah, those exist.
Yeah, they exist. If y'all look it up, maybe one day we could just look at some crazy weird weather terms. One of these days we can go through the stream.
Or maybe if you guys want, we could do like lists, like top 10 crazy weather phenomenons.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Interested in that, definitely let us know. No, did you see the one thing that was in Turkey? That weird.
Yeah, that was lenticular cloud actually.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely interesting how those form. It's I don't want to get on all the science right now, but. It's cool. Yeah, definitely check that out. It was like a rose. It was like a rose like formation type cloud in the sky over Turkey. So that was pretty cool.
Shout out to Valentine's Day coming up, so the sky's feeling a little frisky.
Oh man. Unfortunately, the sky might get frisky with the ground here. Unfortunately, with tornadoes, so it's definitely not going to be good. But yeah, definitely, guys. I'm into the higher terrain here through Colorado, through Mexico, Arizona plateau as well. We're definitely expecting some snow. Looks like a little bit of icing down here to the southwest or southeast. I'm gonna get my directions. Southeast of Albuquerque here. This is along I-40. So this is in McIntosh and this Estancia. Okay, I'm good with that. But Morality. I am not an expert by any means of pronouncing names. We do have a little bit of system coming in here, so this would be the next low pressure system here coming in into Washington State, into let me see, this would be British Columbia, heading in. So Campbell River, Powell River, Surrey Lake, Cowichan, Bellingham, and Victoria as well. So definitely have to watch out for that. It's definitely gonna be very, very interesting. And then, of course, Ketchikan.
That's probably my new favorite city. My new favorite state name.
It's definitely interesting when you like today when I was at work and there was a lull in the activity. I'm telling on myself now, but I was just going through Google Earth, just looking, and I found some interesting stuff. I definitely want to. One of these days we got to pull up Google Earth Pro and just look at crazy stuff on
Absolutely.
there. Find some cool rock formations. Definitely we can definitely see all the pictures that are on there. So we'll probably do that sometime soon. And then up through here through Winnipeg and Winkler as well, down through Grand Forks. Definitely expect some snow. This is definitely going to propagate over here into International Falls later on tomorrow morning, so definitely have to watch out for that. Let me zoom out to the bigger picture here before I step it forward. Let's see here. So we can go to, we'll go to 10. Well, we'll go to 7. We're actually going to go to 10, maybe, if this thing if it cooperates with me.
1 o'clock works.
Yeah, 1 o'clock works. Instead of fighting it, we're okay. So yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Check this out. We got a little bit of snow coming into the Pittsburgh area once again. So unfortunately, we're going to be plagued by some snow. Hello, Marlene. How are you? Definitely. God bless you too. Definitely. Thank you for your support. We definitely appreciate that. It's definitely awesome. To have folks like you definitely in the chat. With us here. When we first started the YouTube, we really didn't know what to expect.
Exactly.
And then, Dark Waters, we got in contact with Dark Waters, and man, I'll tell you, it's been, especially, since 2015. I remember my brother's actually the one who introduced me to Dark Waters, his content. Man, I was hooked. I had my brother play Siege of Lockhart Ranch 90 times, literally, and then my brother, was going crazy. So, but it was awesome. But yeah, so much of the nation right now at this point will be actually pretty quiet. So we definitely have to watch out for this. Unfortunately, this is where this system is going to be getting its act together. It's going to be diving deep down into the United States, the western United States here, the southwest to be exact. So it's going to definitely dip down into here near Phoenix and Albuquerque. This is when it's going to bring in colder temperatures. So we definitely have to watch out for that. And, oops, don't hit that. We do have a little bit of that light snow developing here across South Dakota, North Dakota, and into Minnesota. I almost said Milwaukee, but that's the city. Even through Upper Peninsula, Michigan, so we're going to have to watch out for this for sure. But right now, Michigan so far looks okay. Definitely looks okay.
Yeah, we had a couple people in the chat talking about Michigan, so we'll definitely get to that later on.
Let me actually see what the total snowfall is so far, just till this point. So definitely keep an eye out on this, guys. Yeah, Michigan, other than sort of near the lakes here and down to the south, we're only looking at about an inch or so. So this is to the west of Kalamazoo and to the southwest of Grand Rapids here. And about a little over half an inch here in southern Michigan here along I-69 here near Coldwater and Sturgis. So definitely pretty good. Unfortunately, this looks like to be sort of the bigger snowfalls here, especially throughout the Pittsburgh area. It's about 2.5 inches by this time tomorrow. This is the GFS, so we have to take this with a grain of salt, unfortunately, in our area, because the GFS really loves to overdo some kind of some snow total. So right now, we could probably look at the NAM model later.
It looks like Scranton's going to be Scranton's going to be a bullseye area for.
Oh yeah, 9 inches of snow, all the way through Albany to the east of Albany, up through Concord. It's possibly up until this time tomorrow, so 1 p.m. tomorrow. We're looking at 18 inches. That might be overdone. We'll definitely look at that for sure. We have about 2 inches and wow, 2 inches already, huh? Is that like from the recent? Is that from recent storms, or is that just was that from the leftover snowpack? But yeah, even down here, like as Justin said, down through the Smoky Mountains here, Tennessee, we're looking at about good consensus of about 2 to 4, 3 to 5 inches, 3 to 6 inches or so. So it's definitely pretty decent snowfall. And all the way through Charleston, we definitely have a little bit. Cincinnati, possibly getting on the action. So yeah, not much in the way of snowfall across the nation. It's definitely weird to see. You definitely sort of see more snowfall usually.
She said it was from today, actually.
Oh, wow, okay. Nice. Well, unfortunately, it definitely looks like there's a little bit more snow on the way. We'll definitely get into that really quickly here.
So if you're a fan of playing in the snow, this is good news. If you're not a fan, this is bad news.
As growing up as a kid, I never realized how much my parents and family members went through driving me places in the snow.
Literally.
Now when I'm out there, I'm like, why did I put people through this?
You know the sad part is, kids will never get to experience snow days anymore.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're doing they're doing it as on remote learning for snow
cancellations.
Oh,
that's right. So, man,
we are one of the last generations to experience snow days. You guys remember snow days, guys? People in the chat. You guys were excited about snow days, like me and Zach. We definitely did the sliding. This is definitely going back to the ghetto sledding story that we did. So
yeah, I don't know if y'all heard about our ghetto sledding story. That was some funny stuff right there.
Yeah, so pretty much the synopsis of what ghetto sledding is, pretty much there's no snow. This is at my grandparents' house where they had a brick driveway. Now those are rare nowadays. So what we did is we pretty much took anything, snow tubes, little sleds, even trash cans at times, like even the cardboard box thing is we made
our own sleds. We pretended like it was snow. I told you we was crazy.
Exactly.
But no, it's crazy. So yeah, that's called ghetto sledding, guys. That's what we named it as kids. Yes. We were like, I don't know, how old were we? 10,
11, yes.
Yeah, we named it ghetto sledding, and then we crashed into the neighbor's house a couple times. Well, actually, it used to be your house.
Yeah, it used to be my house.
At that point, it was your house. No, I don't know if it was your house.
I don't think it was our house, but like get off our lawn. I always just stupid touch our garage was our property. Like I'm touching my property. This is our garage. You can't do anything. I'm still touching my property and all that stuff.
We used to throw the football over the property. You'd be on one side, I'd be on the other, and the lady would come out and yell at us for throwing the football on her property. I'm like, we're throwing it in the air. Like, you own the air?
Apparently you should.
But anyway, that's what we did.
Air traffic control or something.
That's what we did as kids. We did some crazy stuff. I mean, we did all kind of stuff. We were in the baseball field lighting fireworks off a couple times.
Oh yeah.
We had that giant bonfire that everybody showed up to.
We
that
did,
we didn't think anybody was going to show up to. We had like 50 people show up.
Use the hood of a car. I love
Nice.
it. The hood of a car.
Oiled it up probably too, man. Them things
Oh,
go
yeah.
fast.
Yes.
I have a story. Like my brother and I used to go sledding, and he had a cornfield in the back.
Nice.
And we used to build this pile of snow so that way we wouldn't go down into the cornfield. Unfortunately, we got on the same sled. And just to mention this, no animals were injured at this point at all. No animals were injured from this incident. But my brother, me and my brother were on the same sled. We ran over a dog, and then we went through the snowpack that we built, and we went into the cornfield. And let's just say, yeah, that wasn't fun. Almost getting corn in places that you shouldn't have corn. But
Did is it Damien or Adrian from Trouble in the Corn show up after that?
oh man, it was crazy.
So I actually got a sledding story as well.
Oh
So
man.
this is when we first. So my story is we were born in Tennessee. I was born in Chattanooga. So shout out to all my southern people out there for sure. So we moved up to Pittsburgh in 2000, and there's a huge place in this area. It's about a little bit. It's close to where Julie and Dave got married in South Park.
Oh
South
yeah.
Park.
Okay.
So there's a big snow slope thing in South Park.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And
Yeah.
this is like the first year, a couple months we moved here. We decided to go snow tubing there. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So it was like towards the end of the run. Did a couple last things. So my mom was like, wait for me to go down. So 7-year-old me ignoring my mother. That's all we all do. We ignore parents. I'm going. So boom, she chased after me on a sled, and she landed on a huge thing of manure.
What was that doing out? I mean, I guess they had that out in the field, right?
Yeah, so she's a. I don't think I'm. Well, I probably can't say it, but she's like, "Oh, look at all these kids all around." So she's like, "Oh, shoot!" And I'm like, look
That was a
around.
Ralphie moment.
Yeah,
No, except like he said something else. But
Although she didn't say shoot, she said the granddaddy of them all, the S,
the S-H-I-T.
the S in the hit.
Oh man, she went face first in manure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And every time, when I used to be, every time I met a new friend, like, had a friend come over, hey mom, you gotta tell that story.
Oh.
So like,
Do you remember when your mom? Wow. Remember when your mom drew something on my face as a kid
yeah,
in highlighter so I couldn't see it?
Yeah, like nobody was safe.
I fell asleep upside down in a chair, and I was a kid, so I wasn't drunk or nothing. I wasn't doing drugs or nothing. I was upside down in a chair. I fell asleep. That's how for some reason I slept like that sometimes. It was really weird.
That's something like a bat.
Yeah, I know. Everybody called me Dracula and, Count whatever they call me. But anyway, yeah, Justin's mom drew something on my face, the male extremity on my face, and I couldn't see it, and I didn't know where it was. I just went outside, and for some reason, you could see it in the sunlight, but whenever you came out of the sunlight or in normal light inside the house, you couldn't see it. So I didn't know where it was on my face, so I washed my whole face, went back outside, and it still was there.
Yeah, I think she used a yellow highlighter.
She
if I'm not
did,
mistaken.
Oh, man, we have a lot of stories. We have a lot of crazy
do, yeah.
stories. Just some crazy stuff that we used to do. Man, we had that one Halloween with Christian. We ran around the neighborhood. That Jason guy snuck up behind us.
Yeah, we got chased by Jason.
We got chased by Jason Voorhees, not the real guy, but a guy that looked like him. I mean, back then the guy was like 9 feet tall, looking to us, but he obviously was probably like 6 something. He was huge.
He was literally huge. Like, you're like Justin. I looked him up, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, we jumped a fence, and I think we broke the fence like at the house that we jumped over.
Yeah, so
And we just never went back
sorry,
ever.
yeah. So whoever these cars, but we're so sorry, man. If you were in our situation, you'd run to, and you'd probably crash for your door. Your
We did all kind of stuff, but I had not recently, but like probably I don't know how long ago it was. 8 years ago, I bowled frozen turkeys at Chop and Save. So that was a stupid thing that I did. Bowling turkeys. So that's what. And now Keith's sister, she always says, "Hey, I'm coming down, bringing that turkey with me." I'm looking forward to that. So, but anyway, that's just some of our little
Yeah.
background and crazy stories.
And then I stupidly, it was like, I remember when I went to school in Johnstown, PA, it was like negative 10, like say 15 degrees, and that was the actual temperature.
Ooh,
So I decided,
that's cold.
so don't try this at home. Do not go in plain shorts and a t-shirt and negative 15 degree weather.
15
And like, it was like late at night, I'm about to go to bed. I'm like, how would this feel? It feels awful.
If
I was out there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, this is too much. Okay. So that was the coldest, like the coldest actual real feel I felt was -15
Oof.
degrees in the mountains too.
Oh man, you were up high too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cold.
Yep. So definitely.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
Yeah, and then the hottest was in Tennessee when it was 100 degrees. So definitely.
I think it got up to like 98 here in Pittsburgh before, and I was outside, and then I don't know. I used to wear hoodies all the time. I was stupid for some reason. I don't know. I wore hoodies a lot,
Hoodies are the best though.
except for that day. I wasn't wearing a hoodie that day. Anyway, that's too funny. Yeah, it's way too cold. -15. Woo! Oh, that's way too cold for us.
I was doing it for science.
Yeah,
Science.
air quotations were. Yeah, that's awesome.
My own personal insanity.
I blew up a thing in chemistry before. I blew up a beaker in high school chemistry. I didn't mean to. She told me to mix. Well, she told us to mix the chemicals together. The teacher, Mrs. Blair, she was awesome. She was a good teacher. At least she was funny. But she said, mix these slowly. I didn't hear the slowly part. She said, mix. And then I said, all right.
Say no more.
I threw them together, and there it was.
Absolutely.
All the alarms were going off in school.
My God.
Unfortunately, I did that. But it was funny. She, she was like, "Oh, you got to." She was like, she was kind of rough. She was like, "You got to stay after class," and I'm like, "Uh-oh." So I stayed after class, and then first thing she did was laugh. She said that was actually pretty cool. I'm like, "Wait a minute,
What?
wait a minute.
What?
You're the teacher. That's like, I think is like the hardest around here, and you're gonna laugh anyway." That's a funny thing.
It's like that thing from Anchorman. It's like, I'm not even that mad. That's actually amazing.
Oh, we got all kind of stories. We got all kind of stories. But let's let me turn back. Let's turn the gears back
Yeah,
to
let's get back to our Bering Straits there.
Bering Straits. This is called the Bering Strait, right?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I had to zoom into that. That was
Alaska's point in Russia looked like, but hey,
oh yeah, it's doing the Italian thing.
hey.
Anyway, I can't do that.
All right.
We had some cheese in the water heater at school, on the wall heater at school. Ooh,
Oh man.
you put cheese in the wall heater at school.
I mean, hey, get to melt your cheese somehow.
Somebody put syrup on the banisters at school, and somebody drained the pool of the chlorine water, filled it back up, and put octopus and jellyfish, goldfish and stuff in there. That was pretty crazy.
Remember the thing you did to the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Snickers.
Oh, you all got to go home, huh? Hey, at least you got to go home for today. That was good.
Hey, free day off. I'll take it.
Cheese in the wall heaters. I don't know. That was probably pretty crazy. I could imagine that. Oh man.
Oh lordy.
I almost ended that accidentally. I almost pressed this freaking. I gotta move this thing.
It's like cheese in the thing. On that note.
Oh, so let's see here. Well, definitely. Thank you guys for letting us take that side there. That was pretty cool. We just like I said, this is gonna be an informal one. We wanted to make sure that, or at least we wanted to come say some stuff and get some stories out. And definitely thank you guys for allowing us to do that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. So let's step forward into Tuesday here. Well, yeah, Tuesday. Well, actually, we can go to Monday night. Crazy thing is, Monday night, this is around 7 p.m. It definitely looks pretty quiet around most of the country, except for the mountainous terrain here. I'm in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh. Good God, that might just be the radar picking that up. Probably that could be a glitch there, but definitely a higher terrain here in Pennsylvania, down through the Appalachian Mountains, or Appalachian, however you say it. Definitely some snow there. Right now it's quiet in the south. Unfortunately, Tuesday into Wednesday definitely does not look that quiet. The chat is y'all are cracking me up. Did you see that? Man, that was probably crazy. We salute you on that.
Yes.
Man, that was probably some crazy stuff right there.
There's snow in Mexico.
Oh no.
Heavy snow, actually. Heavy bands.
Okay. This is pronounced Chihuahua, right?
No, that's Chihuahua.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I think I say it wrong, and I'm like, oh God, did I say that wrong? But yeah, definitely. So definitely some heavy snow here, and you might. I'm not good at pronouncing.
Looks like we got Nuevo Casas, Grandes, and Gomez Piedras.
Nice.
And then Ascension, just to the north there. Almost getting to the end.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Definitely seeing some snow down in Mexico. We definitely have some snow here in New Mexico as well. A little bit of rain showers popping up here down through Texas, south of I-10, near Sonora, Rock Springs as well. So we definitely have to watch out for that. Even down to the south along the Gulf Coast here, Corpus Christi, down through, let me get some more city names in here. Laguna Madre here, definitely down south of Corpus Christi, I should say. I almost said north. My directions are screwed up for real. That's not right. But yeah, we definitely see the system taking shape. So it's definitely taking a dive down to the south. We have that snow developing here across Montana as well. Definitely up through, I want to say that's Saskatchewan. It's nice when you have a little bit of a reference.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, definitely. We also have some snow developing here in Minnesota also. I keep wanting to say Minneapolis. I got to stop doing that. So this is near Redwood Falls, Marshall as well. So this is down near 14, down through Springfield. So we definitely have to watch out for that. Definitely along I-90 as well. A little bit of snow, especially here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan here. Heading on into, it's Ontario and Quebec. Well, Quebec is over here, so that's Ontario for sure. So definitely have to watch out for that. A little bit of snow off the lakes. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Definitely southern Maine. All that moisture is definitely transitioning here into snow. So definitely have to watch out for that. Man, that was awesome talking about that stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. That's like a time portal there.
So let me see. So a little bit of snow here developing. So this is 1 a.m. on Tuesday. This is where up through Michigan here. So this is down through Traverse City, Frankfort, Manistee or Manistee. I've heard it pronounced either way. Cadillac and Big Rapids here. Through Ludington and Reed City. Shout out to Reed Timber for sure. Definitely, guys. As soon as I seen Reed, definitely shout out to Reed Timber, guys. He's been having a little bit of trouble lately with people stealing his content. So it's definitely not good. So definitely head on over and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Check out his Facebook page as well. It's definitely not good when all of his content's getting stolen. So that's not good. They're actually trying to ban him from the platform. So definitely try to keep him unbanned because he's definitely
one of the premier.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the premier meteorologists and storm chasers out there. So if you guys like tornadoes, storm chasing, definitely head on over to Reed Timber's channel. Definitely check out Peso's Hank as well. He definitely does a lot of good in the storm chasing community for sure. So this is 1 a.m. on Tuesday the 24th. You can see the system getting its act together. You can see some snow actually developing here in Lubbock, Texas. So definitely not good. It's definitely sort of a situation like we had a while ago, except it's probably not going to be negative. So that's definitely good news.
Good news for that area.
But yeah, we definitely have a lot of snow developing here. And then, unfortunately, 10 a.m. on Tuesday, this is where some of the action is going to come in here. Let's step this. I should probably zoom out a little bit. Look at Oklahoma City. Look at that snow there.
Got a quick call real quick.
No, you're okay.
Right.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, most of the country's quiet at this point, so this is 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So we definitely have to watch out for that. But we definitely have some heavy snow developing here in Oklahoma City down through Elk City, Altus, Vernon, and Wichita Falls. We definitely have some rain, a lot of heavy rain developing here through Dallas as well. Up through Tulsa, Fayetteville, Little Rock, Shreveport, Austin, Houston, San Antonio. Down through Corpus Christi, so you can definitely see all that moisture in the air here, guys. Even New Orleans getting in on the action a little bit here, so definitely some light rain moving in around 10 a.m. on Tuesday, so we're going to have to watch this very, very closely as this system comes in. Like I said, the timing is somewhat off. Let's actually zoom out so we can get the actual severe weather timing here. So this definitely looks like it's going to take place right after 4 p.m. here through Louisiana, so we're going to have to watch out for this. This is down through even Tyler, Texas, Shreveport, down through I-49, Alexandria, Beaumont, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, eventually over to New Orleans, up to the north into Little Rock, Memphis as well. So we definitely have to look out for this. Unfortunately, all that heavy snow as well on the backside of the system, even Dallas possibly getting some snow at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. So this is definitely a very interesting situation. Oklahoma City as well. Tulsa, Fayetteville, Springfield, Wichita, definitely in the snow here, so we're going to have to watch out for that. But you can definitely see how dynamic the system is. It's a very, very big system here. Let me actually click out of that part real quick. So we can see that the low is most likely going to be positioned right about here. And you can definitely see, well, actually, you know what? It's actually going to be probably positioned more up to the north. It's actually be right here. You can see that cold front region stretching down. Definitely have that cold air wrapping around the backside, so we're going to have to watch out for that for sure. And then we have that little bit of warm front up to the top. So we're going to have a modest warm sector developing here. So that's where the atmospheric energy is going to come in from this warm sector. So we're going to have to watch out for this, especially out ahead of this cold front. And definitely into Michigan here. A little bit of snow, a little light snow here. So this is extending from Grand Rapids all the way up through I-75 here. So Big Rapids up through Cadillac, up through East Tawas here. Possibly into Alpena here. So we're going to have to watch that very closely. Toronto getting in on some light snow as well, even Erie as well, getting in on the action. Buffalo, so we have to watch this scenario definitely very closely. Pittsburgh looks pretty clear on Tuesday, so that's definitely good news for now. Fortunately, it's not going to stay that way as we move out and we actually progress this a little bit further. So let's take this into tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Actually, we'll go to 7 because we'll definitely take a look at that severe weather progressing across the region here. So 7 p.m. tomorrow definitely looks like Greenville, Monroe, down through Alexandria, Baton Rouge, even into Jackson. We're definitely looking at that line of strong, possibly some intense severe storms here. So we'll keep definitely a sharp eye on this. I definitely want to do a live stream tomorrow night for sure. I don't care if I work the next day at 4 o'clock in the morning. I will be up, or at least I will try to be up for sure on Tuesday to provide you guys with those weather updates as well. You can see how big the system is, and you can see all that snow wrapping up behind the system into northwestern Arkansas, much of Missouri, and even much of Oklahoma as well, and even down into Dallas. So Dallas at this time, 7 p.m., definitely getting in on that snow mix action. Plano, Texas, McKinley as well. So we're going to have to watch out for that. We can definitely see that wraparound happening. And as we progress this forward, 10 p.m., we're definitely looking at severe storms moving into southern Mississippi here. So this would be... this will probably be just east of Jackson, heading into Hattiesburg, Meridian, Philadelphia as well, along I-59 and I-20.
Getting close to BP Earthwatch area there.
Yeah, so definitely shout out to BP Earthwatch. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, definitely check out his channel as well, for sure. So between 7 and 10 p.m., right around 10 p.m., looks like New Orleans definitely going to get hit with the tail end of that severe weather. So it's definitely not good news for sure, unfortunately. This actually extends all the way up through Nashville, the rain shield up through Louisville, possibly even Cincinnati. But you guys can see how strong that cold air is behind it. It is lifting out of Texas here, so that's good news. But unfortunately, Oklahoma City and much of Oklahoma is still getting hit with that snow. Even into Arkansas, Missouri here, southern Illinois, central and southern Illinois, and even into central Indiana here. So definitely not good news. And you can just definitely see these little pockets of snow developing in Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa as well. And unfortunately, obviously around the lake areas as well. So it's definitely not good news. We're going to progress this a little bit further. You can definitely see that cold air definitely coming in for sure. That severe weather still approaching and heading off to the east. So this is in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Montgomery, right along I-65 here, down through Mobile, Pensacola. New Orleans still on the action there. So unfortunately, it definitely looks like they're still going to be on the action around 1 a.m. But like I said, we're definitely going to try to break in live for sure to see what's going on with this event. But definitely look at all that snow on the backside of the system.
And looks like Pittsburgh now getting into the act of the first flicks. Looks like, I know it looks like a car, just the way
it kind of does. It looks like a cop or a taxi.
Yeah, if it's in bollocks, it definitely...
It's the snow taxi.
Yes.
Or it's the snow coming to arrest us. But
or it's a sign to just stay off the roads.
I guess so. Yeah, look at that. There's the wheel. There's the top part. There's where the guy would be sitting at. Or maybe that's the other way around. Maybe this is the front. I don't know. But that's pretty crazy. Definitely looks like that. Thank you, GFS Model, for bringing that to the table.
Yes.
Thank you for pointing that out. That's pretty cool.
And Pennsylvania, it just looks like it's like the perfect road, like the Mason-Dixon line border there.
Yeah, it does.
The wheel is just sitting right on the...
It's driving in. Oh, man, it's not going to be good. So the World Weather Authority studio here, we're definitely going to try to go live. I'm going to try to. I got to stay awake for this. I have to stay awake for this because if not...
I'll actually be off that day too, so definitely get some live shots from outside definitely as well.
Nice.
Maybe get a snow angel or two.
Nice. But you can see that heavy snow developing here through Louisville, Cincinnati, Indianapolis as well. A little bit of lighter snow, but still moderate through Columbus, Fort Wayne, up through Springfield, to Springfield, I should say, Springfield, Illinois, and Springfield, Missouri. and Kansas City, so definitely getting on the action. The snow is still wrapping around, so definitely even Little Rock can get in on the action as well during this time.
Definitely a very dynamic system here.
Oh, it definitely is, and it's moving out of Oklahoma at this time, so we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. But unfortunately, this moisture that's being transported to the north is definitely very strong, and it's actually interacting with that front very, very interestingly, definitely providing all that snow. And then as we move into 7 a.m. on Wednesday, it's definitely not good. Look at that heavy snow starting to develop here into Pittsburgh as well. So we'll definitely have to watch out for this. I might not even go into work on Wednesday, to be honest, if it's too bad out there. I mean, I got all-wheel drive and snow tires on my car, and it usually does pretty well, but, we'll see. If it's too bad, I ain't risking it out there.
I don't blame you. That place ain't worth it.
Nah. And then Springfield down through Indianapolis, St. Louis as well. Look at all this heavy snow here. So this sort of off shade color here is definitely a lot of heavy snow for sure. And then eventually this is going to turn into rain. So this is when that warm slot's going to come in. So we're going to have to watch this very carefully. So areas that got snow previously, like Cincinnati, down through Louisville, Charleston as well, it's definitely going to transition into some rain. So we're going to have to watch out for that. But then on the backside of this, as the cold air comes back around, it could be a quick freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So the roads can definitely be very, very treacherous for sure. And this is down through Harrisonburg, Staunton, Lewisburg, possibly up through Romney as well. In Petersburg. So this is this pink shaded color here is mixed precipitation. So this is ice, sleet, things like that. So it's definitely going to create very, very hazardous travel conditions, especially on 81 here. So definitely on the lookout for that. This is 7 a.m. on Wednesday. You can still see this weather, strong storms or showers, or super showers, like I like to call them. Definitely heading into Georgia, through Atlanta, down through the south, down through Albany. Definitely looks like the stronger activity is going to be down to the south, especially across the Florida Panhandle here, and eventually into the Big Bend area. So we're going to have to watch out for that for sure. And we still have those special weather statements actually ongoing, so that's pretty good. And as we head into, let me see, so Michigan get on the action 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Then it definitely looks like it starts to ramp up at 10 a.m. So much of Michigan, I have to talk more slowly, Michigan getting in on some of the action there. So definitely light to moderate snow, definitely happening to Detroit, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Flint, Mount Pleasant, and Muskegon as well. And, of course, all the areas in between. Eventually moving north through I-75 here, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Even in through Chicago, Cleveland as well, Fort Wayne, Toledo, South Bend, Gary as well, Lafayette, Indianapolis. Definitely have to watch out for that. You can see that clear slot, though, coming in. The model's predicting that dry air to intrude into the system just to the south of Columbus and possibly even to the Pittsburgh area. But you can see we have transition to rain at this point, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Because that could definitely, depending on what the temperature is going to be, it could definitely freeze on contact. So that's definitely not good. And as we head into 1 p.m., 4 p.m., definitely see Michigan still covered in that snow. Down through Indiana, Ohio as well. Looks like Cleveland now transitions into rain. Pittsburgh, definitely, we're going to get into southwestern Pennsylvania. We're going to get into all that rain. Definitely some heavy rain developing here through Alliance, Youngstown, Canton as well. Washington, D.C., New York, Richmond, down through Charlotte as this area of low pressure in this frontal zone begins to move off the coast here. Again, we're going to have that risk for waterspouts again off the coast. Possibly even into Myrtle Beach here. So we're going to have to watch out for that for sure. Could possibly be maybe a marginal risk or at least a general thunderstorm risk definitely issued for that area.
That's a possibility there.
And unfortunately, it looks like some of that snow is a little bit still persisting down here through Oklahoma and Arkansas, and then even into Tennessee as well. Nashville getting some snow at this point, so that's definitely pretty interesting. And even northern Alabama. Looks like Mississippi is okay right now in terms of snow, but definitely northern Alabama could definitely see some. And unfortunately, we keep progressing, and
it eventually turns back to snow at the back end of the.
Exactly, and that's what worries me the most is that refreeze on the backside of this. So this is 10 p.m. Wednesday. Michigan, you guys are mostly out of the action except on the eastern side of the state near Flint, Sterling Heights, Detroit, Lansing as well, Ann Arbor, up through Saginaw, and Bay City. Definitely still getting some of that snow. And this is still continuing down to the Appalachian Mountains, even into the Smoky Mountains as well. Possibly even into extreme portions of northwestern South Carolina could get into this as well. You can definitely see that snow intruding into almost into Atlanta. So that's definitely a very, very dynamic system, very strong. So Nashville definitely getting in on the rain there. Snow, I should say. And as we exit this storm system, unfortunately, we have that little bit of a clipper system that comes in on Friday. So let's just play this a little bit. That Alberta Clipper comes down, so it's definitely not good. Even into Saturday, it looks like Pittsburgh area gets hit, and we have another Clipper system, and unfortunately, that Clipper system merges with another system coming up from the Gulf. So this would be on Sunday the 29th. Definitely looks like.
See some.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
Possibly
possibly.
weather, possibly in the same locations.
So this is definitely down through in the same locations that are getting severe weather on Tuesday. It looks like Sunday the 29th in the morning hours. So definitely some severe weather possible then too.
Looks like Oklahoma back into the snow. And
exactly. That's crazy to see because right now as far as we are out now, we're pretty good up to Tuesday or Wednesday, but after that the models start to get a little hairy, and the data does as well. So it's definitely hard to predict some storms that far out. So we're definitely good up until Tuesday. But just to show you, let's just rapidly go through this really quickly as we continue to progress. You can see these systems coming in. There's another severe weather event. That's a nice warm front coming up too. Mm-hmm. And then you can see this could be a possible chase day for us.
Potentially.
The 4th. Yes. And then all the way out. So there's definitely a lot of systems impacting, but I definitely want to take a look at some of those snow totals from this system that's going out. So let's actually extend this through Friday at 1 a.m. It's probably a good place to stop there. And let's actually, I wish this had a Kuchera method because Kuchera is way better than 10 to 1, but that's okay. That's no problem at all. We'll deal with 10 to 1 right now. Probably flip over to pivotal weather also. Can show some of the soundings real quick. Yeah, definitely take a look at this, guys. Let me get some of these snow totals here. So yeah, the Pittsburgh area almost about 5.5 inches or so. So definitely 3 to 6 inches, definitely not out of the question for sure. It looks like most of Michigan, at least to the south, we're looking at about 8.2 inches of snow down to the southwest of Detroit. Up through Grand Rapids, we're looking at about 5 inches or so to the north. Of course, the more north you go, the less snow you're going to get, unfortunately. Unless you're on the front side of this negatively tilted trough, then you're going to get a lot more snow. But you can definitely see even portions of Indiana here getting up over a foot of snow. So this is to the north of Indianapolis. Very close to Indianapolis as well. So this is along I-65 here between Indianapolis and Lafayette. And then down through, let's see here, Vincennes, I think. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So that's over a foot of snow. And then even down through Illinois as well. We're looking at just all this area looking over a foot of snow. And some of these are
close to 2 feet of snow there.
So this is
near West Plains.
This is near West Plains. So yeah, definitely, it's definitely a very dynamic system. And then it's interesting to see, even in portions of Oklahoma, this may be overdone. We're gonna have to, see what's gonna happen with some of these snow totals. But definitely over a foot of snow expected here, and even possibly into Texas. This is what makes me think that the temperature, at least initiation of this model, is a little bit off. Just because of that. Near Gainesville, Texas, I don't know if they're going to get above 12 inches of snow. It's kind of rough to see for these. Definitely. And even Wichita Falls, I'm not sure if it's going to be cold enough to actually drop that amount of precipitation. So that could definitely be very interesting for sure.
Absolutely.
Let me see here. I hope I got people. Yep. I got pivotal weather still up. Unfortunately, I have to have it on this freaking screen. Traveling really slow, and I swear you'd think Zeus himself was a... Man, that's crazy. No noise at all, huh? Just lightning. That almost reminds me of War of the Worlds.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, that almost reminds me of that movie World of Worlds with Dakota Fanning and Tom Cruise when that lightning was going nuts. That's crazy. But yeah, let's take a look at some of these soundings for sure. Actually, you know what? Let me switch over to severe weather really quickly. Oops. Severe weather. Let's take a look at the EHI. Storm relative helicity will be okay. Well, yeah, I like EHI better. EHI stands for Energy Helicity Index. So it takes in the CAPE and it takes in the lower level instabilities as well. But let's step this forward a little bit. And there we go. That's probably as far as I want to go. I'm just curious to see some of these soundings. Those photographs look good. Let's see here. I should probably wait till some of these models. I don't like the NAM. I think the NAM is underdoing the severe weather. Each triple R doesn't go out fast enough. We can go to the wrap. No, rep only goes 21 hours out. That's okay. We'll do GFS. Yeah, we'll do GFS. I like GFS and all, but sometimes I don't. I like it like in terms of model data and things like that. But when it comes to severe weather, it's kind of off sometimes. But we'll take a look at it real quick just to show you guys. And this is around New Orleans. Check this out. Look at that.
Oh wow, it's definitely.
It was definitely pretty weird to see. It probably definitely was pretty weird to see something like that, especially a cloud that was moving like that with lightning and there was no noise at all. That's pretty crazy. That's almost like that's like an encounter of some kind, you know. But take a look at this, guys. So there is a little bit. So right here, the dew point line is the green line here. Dew point is green. The red line is the temperature line. And this dash line, this pink dash line, or whatever color that is, that's going up, that's actually the air parcel. So that's what's basically what they measure in terms of, I know, how do I put that? Basically gauging the amount of severe weather here and gauging how the parcel is going to rise and act in certain areas. But this is around New Orleans. We definitely have a little bit of an elevated mix layer. We have a good bit of ventilation up top, but we'd like to see this a little bit expanded somewhat just to have that ventilation rate a little higher. You can definitely take a look at that hodograph for sure.
Absolutely.
That hodograph
is curvature there.
Yeah, 0 to 1 kilometer, definitely very curved. It looks like we're going to have possibly 65 knot low level winds. So low level shear values, that's definitely not good for sure. Possible hazard is tornado, about 50% chance. But if you take a look on average, it's about 20%, 30%. So definitely a very, very interesting day shaping up on Tuesday night into Wednesday. That critical angle needs to be near about 90 degrees. 59 is pretty good. So let's see here. I don't think I have it up. But yeah, critical angle anyway. So it basically takes in speed and directional shear. It's basically how efficient storms can ingest streamwise vorticity to create the horizontal rolls that are out ahead of the storms naturally. They will be able to rise up into the mesocyclone and become vertical and produce tornadoes. So definitely have to watch out for that. Cape values are about 490 at that point, but then they're forecast to go up to 1641. So CAPE stands for convective available potential energy. It's the amount of energy the atmosphere has at its disposal to create severe weather events like this. And unfortunately, with a 60 degree dew point, there's definitely going to be ample fuel for storms to develop for sure. So it's definitely not good. Let's see here. I'm curious to go 1 hour, one step forward. Actually, it's probably too far back. I'm too far forward. Let's take a look at up near like Baton Rouge. Oh my God. That's not good. I'm surprised it says hazard is none at that point. There's really no CAPE at that area, which is very interesting. It looks like this is going to be more definitely an enhanced risk. I think an enhanced risk is going to happen for sure. And that's right over New Orleans right there. Two bumps in the elevated mix layer here.
And you see one of the things being lighted up red.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not good. Not good at all. And unfortunately, look at the SRH value, 507.
Good Lord.
So guys, if you live in New Orleans, so especially Dark Waters, if you're listening to this, definitely make sure you are prepared. Unfortunately, it looks like tornadoes could hit New Orleans once again. And it's very indicative, especially given the hodograph. Even the critical angle is 84, so streamwise vorticity is going to be almost instantly sucked up in the atmosphere. So definitely horizontal vortices out ahead of the actual main front is going to be able to be lifted into these mesocyclones very, very easily. We're only 8 degrees off from a full 90 degrees. So that's not good.
Not good at all.
The closer it is to 90 degrees, the easier it is for streamwise vorticity to get sucked into the actual storm or to be ingested in the storm. And you can actually see that low-level shear. You can see the winds are almost from the southeast, and then they go to the southwest. So that's like that's a major turn there in the winds, and that's very indicative with the hodograph there. It's a very, very, very strong curve. Storm motion is going to be about 40 knots, so or possibly even more than that. Possibly even up to 60 knot storm motion, so 70 mile per hour. Between 40 and 70 we're going to see on Tuesday. And the SRH value here, so that is storm relative helicity. It's definitely not good. 507 meters squared, second squared. So definitely not good. The El Reno tornado had a SRH value of 390. and this is 507. So
Beyond El Reno.
So this is beyond. This could definitely be beyond that. So we're gonna have to watch out for that. Cape values are a little low at 148, and the forecast to go at 13, 14. So just a little bit low. So definitely very, very interesting. I don't know why it tried to block that comment. That was really weird.
How rude.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube sometimes does some weird stuff. It tries to block comments that I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, it's definitely not good, guys. So the Cape values are a little bit low, but unfortunately, we don't really need Cape in this situation to develop tornadoes. We have every other ingredient that we need for tornadoes, and even some of these indices based on the ESRH. They're looking at about 30-40% chance tornadoes, and that's not good, guys. So this is down in New Orleans, so definitely dark waters. If you are definitely listening, we definitely hope that you will stay safe. Definitely praying for you, brother. So definitely, it's definitely gonna get crazy. Sometimes a storm is just a storm, but this time it could possibly be another tornado event in New Orleans. So we're gonna have to watch out for that. We're not trying to create a cry wolf scenario by any means. We're just letting you guys know about the data, just in case, Of course, if a tornado doesn't happen, some people will be like, oh, it didn't happen. Well, unfortunately, the model data is very indicative of a tornado developing in that area, so we're going to have to watch out for this for sure. But yeah. Let's see here. Exactly. Definitely praying for New Orleans for sure. And those affected by this. Just to reiterate, let me go back to Radar Omega, and we'll actually turn the models off quickly, and we'll go back to the severe weather outlook just to show you guys one more time. Switch. But yeah, we're definitely have to watch out for this. You guys can definitely see that broad area. So definitely Baton Rouge. Actually, you know what? Should definitely zoom in over here. So Lafayette, through New Iberia, Baton Rouge, Jackson, Bogalusa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. New Orleans, Golden Meadow, Port Sulphur,
Gulfport, Saraland, Hattiesburg.
Wow. And unfortunately, unfortunately, Selma's under it again, so we definitely have to watch out for that. So definitely, guys, we definitely appreciate you guys joining us. Probably about 10-15 minutes or so. I gotta go ride on the road. We'll see what the conditions are out there. But it's definitely pretty interesting. I gotta go pick Natalie up from work. She gets off at 11, so I like to get down there a little early. But yeah, so definitely, guys, we definitely appreciate you guys joining us. We definitely appreciate you guys letting us share a little bit about our past, our childhood, things like that. Yeah, definitely. Let me see here.
Absolutely.
Just want to reiterate all the comments here. So definitely shout out to Miss Kitty Cat. Thank you. Definitely shout out to Nancy, which happens, that's my mom. So definitely shout out to you. Definitely appreciate you joining. Definitely thank you. Shout out to Blake as well. Definitely shout out to BDRP. Definitely shout out to Marlene as well. Definitely shout out to Heather. And I don't want to miss anybody. I don't think I did, but definitely thank you guys.
Shout out to Kitty Cat Love.
Exactly. Definitely thank you. We definitely appreciate you guys joining us. If you guys have any questions or any comments or anything else to add, you guys can definitely put that up in the comments, and we'll happily respond to that for sure.
Or a specific place you want us to look at real quick before we head out here.
Yeah, if you guys need a specific place you want us to look at, or catch you next time. And yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Yeah, it was definitely fun. Definitely like I said, thank you for joining us. It was definitely awesome.
Definitely, Marlene. Thank you, Marlene. Definitely, we try to do our best to keep you guys.
Yeah, both Miss Kitty Cat and Marlene as well. Definitely, we definitely appreciate that. I'm off. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's definitely awesome to hear that from you guys. Like I said, when we first started the YouTube channel, we really didn't know what to expect. Obviously the nerve factor was one thing.
It still is there.
It still is there a little bit, but we're getting over the nerves a little bit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But anything else to add, guys? Definitely stay on for a couple more minutes if you guys have anything else to add, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Definitely, God bless you too as well. Definitely appreciate that. So definitely, guys, thank you for watching. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Definitely share this information out there. Like I said, I will link Guitars and Ghosts, my uncle, into the description here. He's definitely a fantastic guitarist. Definitely check him out. Definitely head on over and check out BDRP Supernatural and Dark Waters. Definitely subscribe to them. They're fantastic. And definitely subscribe to everybody on this chat as well. Everybody's awesome on here for sure.
And before we go, I'm actually going to bring back an old segment we used to do back in the Facebook days.
Oh, yeah?
So, when we first started this, we did a thing called This Day in Weather History.
Ah, yes.
We're bringing it back. So, before we go on This Day in Weather History, in this place called Spearfish, South Dakota, during the early mornings, the temperature rose from -4 to 45 in just 2 minutes. It is the most dramatic temperature rise in world weather history. An hour and a half later, the mercury plunged from 54 back down to -4 degrees in just 27 minutes.
Is that 1943?
Yes.
Okay.
That it is.
Let's see here.
That's crazier than Pittsburgh weather. And that tidbit was from weather.gov, so shout out, full credit to weather.gov for that.
Let me try and pull this up on here. Sorry guys, trying to get this up. Oops, don't do that. I know that's probably like hard to see, but so this is on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Definitely. You said it was like 40 some degrees?
Yep. And then it went from -4 degrees to 45 degrees in just 2 minutes. Wow. And then an hour and a half later, it went from 54 back down to -4.
Yeah, there it is right there. Rising to 60 also.
Wow.
It's returning to winter temperature on the 0 mark. Wow.
Just a short amount of time, too, just to feel that in just 2 minutes from -4 to 45 degrees in just that short amount of time. I can only imagine what shocked me in a short period of time.
Oh, yeah. So that's right. We used to do it all the time on Facebook. We used to do the weather, on this day in weather history. So we're definitely going to try to keep that up. I definitely want to get back into, we used to choose a random city, like out of a hat too. We used to have a random city generator, or if somebody would put a city in, we generate a forecast for them. So I definitely want to get back into doing that as well. Definitely forecasting for the Pittsburgh area as well. Definitely for my friends and family and colleagues around here. I definitely want to know. Everybody at work always talks about, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I'm like, check the videos.
Yeah, check the videos, yeah. Nice little plug.
But, yeah, exactly. But all right, guys, we'll definitely appreciate it. Definitely, God bless you all. Definitely stay safe on your travels, especially coming up with this storm coming in, as well as the storm that's exiting the region now. So definitely be on the lookout. Definitely hit that subscribe button on here on YouTube, and hit that like button. Definitely share this information out there and comment. That way we can get this video in the algorithm. That way we can get the information out there. We can get people to safety. Let them know what's coming their way. Definitely check us out on Facebook at World Weather Authority as well. And then on Twitter at World Weather. So weather spelled WX. That's just a short for weather. Unfortunately, I try to use World Weather Authority for everything. But for some reason, Instagram and Twitter won't let me have a handle that long. It won't let us do that. So, and then in Instagram at WWA Graham. So definitely check us out on all the social media platforms. I think we do have a TikTok too, but it's mostly cat videos.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
No, I didn't put our TikTok on there because it's mostly a Hopper cat videos. So,
but if you like cat videos, definitely go on there. Give them Hopper some love and support as well.
Do you remember that video we made when we zoomed in on that video game? We zoomed into his eye.
Oh yeah,
it was like Chris Kunitz.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Yeah. That was so fun. We have a lot of crazy stories.
We do.
But all right, guys, definitely appreciate you joining us. We definitely look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And always remember, never stop chasing.